How many times have we thought just one more match? The life of the Fortnite gamer and the highly addictive world Epic Games has created. While many of us play just a tad too much, there's some gamers who have taken their addiction and love for the game way too far. From huge purchases to life-changing decisions, check out some of these players and their Fortnite addiction horror stories. Fortnite divorces. While there are a ton of Fortnite success stories, addiction problems with the game have also led to all types of problems, especially in marriage life. According to some research into UK divorces, Fortnite has led to an end of 800 marriages. Yep, it's true. In the reasons section for the divorce paperwork, there have been 800 couples who listed Fortnite and video game addiction as the main cause for the breakup. The addiction is definitely taken to the next level if you're willing to give up your whole marriage for the video game. Guess these players aren't just taking the L, but the big D as well. While many couples have split up over the game, younger gamers are using their Fortnite addiction to get together. A new trend has popped up focusing on promposals and using the game to ask others as their prom date. So not everything is bad in the world of Fortnite when it comes to romance. It's only a matter of time before we see more Fortnite-themed weddings popping up. We can just imagine the first dance now. A whole lot of Fortnite dances, all compiled to hit songs. Fortnite eBay accounts. Building up a deep library of Fortnite skins, items, and stats takes a lot of time and gaming hours. For those of us who got into the Fortnite world too late, there were dozens and dozens of skins and exclusive items to miss out on. Don't worry though, because eBay is filled to the masses with people trying to sell off their Fortnite accounts. And sadly, there are some Fortnite addicts ready to pay their way into owning a piece of digital gaming history. While prices for the accounts may range anywhere from $20 to $100, a fully loaded account is costing people thousands. A quick glance at the completed and sold listings for Fortnite accounts showcases an OG account from New Jersey that sold for a whopping $3,000. The account came loaded with rare skins, and the player will have plenty to choose from. But will the person ever feel like a legit gamer after resorting to eBay for their purchases? Even crazier was another account that sold for $4,000 and included rare skins like the Black Knight and classic dance moves like the Boogie Down. Hopefully for these players, Epic Games doesn't release some type of anniversary skin pack where all these options will be available again. Quitting school for Fortnite. For students, is there anything worse than the slow countdown to the final school bell? So you can just get home and get some battle royales in? Well, for one kid in Massachusetts, that's never a problem. Raised by a video game-loving father, teenager Jordan Herzog was pulled from school to dedicate his life to Fortnite. He gets homeschooled for a few hours a day, but a majority of his time is focused solely on video games. Herzog will eat all of his meals in front of the screen and spends 12 to 14 hours a day playing the game. We imagine he must have a lot of emotes to dance with because there's no prom or social events for this guy. His sole purpose is to become a professional gamer, and the parental support has allowed him to truly live the life many teenagers wish they had. All that work has started to pay off a little. Jordan placed 17th in the Duos World Cup competition, netting himself $100,000 and creating a nice little nest to keep building off of. This type of dedication goes way beyond an addiction, and is pretty much the kid's whole life at this point. The Tilted Tower Tattoo. Can you imagine in 20 to 30 years from now, a new generation of children will wonder why all of these adults have tattoos of llama piñatas? Well, that's the world we're living in as Fortnite tattoos become a reality. Video game tattoos are nothing new, but some Fortnite fans may be taking things a little too far, especially if we're unsure how far the legacy of the game will last. Ninja already has a couple Fortnite tattoos he did for charity, and a bunch of other Fortnite fans were quick to follow. There's one guy who has the astronaut skin tattooed on his leg. One of the more absurd Fortnite tattoos is the highly detailed arm tattoo of Tilted Towers. Yeah, it's not a character, symbol, or even just the Fortnite font. The whole design is a detailed black and white drawing of Tilted Towers. We all love to drop into Tilted Towers as much as the next guy, but what pushes you to the next level where you must have an image of the towers tattooed on your skin for the rest of your life? The tattoo design will likely smudge and fade over the years as well, making it even harder to tell it's Tilted Towers. Playing through a tornado. Some players will do anything to keep playing their Fortnite game. Parents could be screaming in the other room. The Switch battery life could be down to 1%, but we keep raging on in an effort to claim the Victory Royale. And then there's the players who will literally sit through a tornado to play the game. Just consider this Fortnite player in Greensboro, North Carolina. A fierce storm rolled through his neighborhood, flipped cars over, and started taking down power lines. Luckily, his connection persisted, and he just kept playing the game. And get this, at one point he got up, looked outside, and saw the roof of his neighbor's house getting torn off. Then he sat back down to keep playing because there were only a few players left. Now that's dedication. Thankfully, he finally made the decision to hide out in the bathroom, but literally all he could think about was getting back to that round of Fortnite. If a tornado isn't going to stop you from leaving the game, then what will? Professional sports players. Fortnite and addiction problems are not just associated with kids or young adults. They even expand to the world of professional sports. It's no secret that some of our favorite athletes are actually huge Fortnite players, but some of them take their addiction a little too far. In the NBA, there are players who stay up all night playing the game when they have an actual basketball game the next day. In the MLB, stadium crews hook up players with the ability to play Fortnite on the Jumbotron. So instead of getting their practice swings in, these professional baseball players are swinging away with a pickaxe. Back in 2018, Fortnite and the MLB made headlines when Boston Red Sox pitcher David Price was being treated for carpal tunnel. The result from the injury wasn't from too many fastballs. It had a direct relation to the amount of time he was spending playing Fortnite. When you're getting paid millions to play professional sports, it's probably not the best idea to risk injury to yourself due to a video game. That's not the best look. Now, a number of professional teams either ban or limit the amount of Fortnite time that is actually allowed in the locker rooms. Enjoying these Fortnite addicts? Well, when the video ends, check out our other vid, 10 Weird Problems Fortnite Would Have in Real Life. Family vacation ruined. Nothing like saving for your next family vacation only to realize that the only place you'll be visiting is snobby shores. When you connect your credit card to a gaming account, be sure that some of the youngest members of your family do not have unlimited access to the account. In just a single weekend, a man's niece and nephew tallied up a massive 65,000 V-Bucks purchase in the Fortnite store, probably buying every skin in sight and maxing out the battle pass with ease. Turns out all of those funds came directly from a vacation savings account, and the man was truly at a loss for what to do. Hopefully, Epic Games was able to issue some type of refund, but overspending the V-Bucks is definitely a problem. With limited time offers, countdown timers, and daily deals, the world of Fortnite is built upon impulse purchases. For a free game, it becomes extremely easy for players to take things too far and spend hundreds of dollars in a single month, or in this case, just one weekend. The most enticing part is that the more V-Bucks you purchase, the bigger the savings will be. Fortnite anger. We've all experienced a lot of trash talk in the world of Fortnite. There are cases where we dish it. There are the squads filled with trolls and then the countless number of comments from YouTube or Discord. Because of the wide range of ages we play Fortnite, some of this trash talk could look very bad. Just take this extreme case in New York. A 45-year-old man had been playing Fortnite with an 11-year-old for several months. So much so that they began texting and communicating outside the game. Well, their in-game relationship became a little strange, and the 45-year-old went into a rage in all the wrong ways. He began texting the preteen insults and threats. The reason? He kept losing to the 11-year-old. The threats even expanded to voice messages left on the Xbox console. Thankfully, the guy was arrested and charged, hopefully giving the wake-up call he needed to stop threatening anyone, let alone middle school-aged children. At the end of the day, we can only hope that some of these raging players can realize that it's truly just a game. And when your anger takes over, maybe there's a bigger problem than you realize. The 9-year-old addict. Yes, it's true. Video game rehab is becoming a thing. While many of us can get out and enjoy some fresh air every once in a while, there are some gamers with addictive personalities that end up leading to some pretty unhealthy habits. While we expect a majority of these problems to relate to teenagers or gamers in their 20s, there was one case where a 9-year-old girl was taken to rehab for her addictive Fortnite habits. Yikes! Not to age ourselves too much here, but back in the day, a 9-year-old gaming day consisted of a little too much Sonic. This 9-year-old girl wasn't even double digits in age, but she was spending double-digit hours each day playing Fortnite. Her parents knew this and tried their hardest, but the addiction was so bad she would sneak up in the middle of the night to play. 9-year-olds should barely be playing Fortnite, never mind being addicted to it. Sadly, the example is just one of a few that will end up coming out in the next few years as the expansion of video game rehab becomes a reality. Swatted and wins. One of the worst things that can happen to a video game streamer is being swatted. For those unaware, swatting occurs when the police are called on a live streamer and they are accused of making threats, holding hostages, or holding dangerous weapons. Having the police show up in your home in any form is something that would shake you to your core, result in some jitters, and probably have you rethink your streaming lifestyle. Well, in the case of Dr. Lupo, his dedication to the world of Fortnite means he will not let swatting impact him in any way. During a battle royale, the gamer found himself a place to hide, then just randomly got up and left the room for several minutes. Upon returning, Dr. Lupo is still alive in Fortnite and manages to battle his way to a Victory Royale. Shortly after the victory, we learn he left midway through the match because he was being swatted. He stayed calm, cool, and collected as he not only talked with the police, but was able to go back to his game with ease. His Fortnite addiction kept him from even taking a 5-minute break to process everything that just happened. Phew! Fortnite addiction is a real thing. What story do you think was the craziest? Any ones we missed? Would you ever get a Fortnite tattoo? Well, let us know in the comments and stick around The Gamer for more great video game content. We're releasing new videos every couple of days. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the channel.